Andoni Iraola has played side by side with some of football's best. But can his Bournemouth tactic stand up to the greats as well? Let's find out. Yes, I know I am probably butchering his name, but Andoni Iraola is currently manager of Bournemouth right now. Apparently is deploying a 4-2-3-1. This is the tactic that we're going to be taking a look at today. There is a long description in the page I got this from, so definitely check it out. There's some screenshots as well, but basically saying Iraola is a very interesting manager as his style of play has elements of a lot of modern day teams with specific positional rotations, high pressing, and aggressive fullbacks, but what changes this is the heavy emphasis on wide play as well as direct football, something that is not really common nowadays. So we're going to check it out with our teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and Ipswich Town in the Championship. So let's head on into the Premier League. Unfortunately, as we take a look at the Premier League, Liverpool in 4th place, 74 points is pretty low compared to what we're expecting. 74 goals, around the same mark as the point side. Aston Villa in 8th place, 62 goals, 52 points. Has not worked so far. Taking a look at the domestic cups for Liverpool, you can see losing out immediately in the 82nd minute as well. EFL Cup 3rd round to Manchester United, and then you get to the semis of the FA Cup. Unfortunately, Man United again drops you out 2-4. Heading over to the Europa League, a fantastic mark to get to the final. Unfortunately, you lose out to Freiburg 1-3. That kind of hurts a little. So overall, yes, you've got Champions League next season, but still 4th place with 74 points is not where you're expected to sit. Europa League runners-up, I'll give it okay for that. But FA Cup, Carabao Cup, not the greatest. You do get to the semis in the FA Cup, but knocked out immediately in the Carabao Cup, both to your bitter rivals. So squad-wise, I'm not seeing the green sea that I'd hoped to be. But Darwin Nunez with 24 goals, 20 for Salah. Fantastic jobs by those two at least. Szoboszlai with 18 assists, 11 for Diaz. And then average rating 7.10s for Kelleher, who only had 8+1, but a 7.10 also for Szoboszlai. And as we head over to Aston Villa's side of things, you can see Leicester kicks them out of the EFL Cup in the 4th round. At least they got one match under their belt. But 0-3 to Leicester, and then FA Cup 4th round replay. Newcastle kicks you out 1-2. Getting to the Europa Conference League semis, but unfortunately both legs don't see very much from you guys, and out against Eintracht Frankfurt. So Aston Villa's season, all in all, was not the greatest. 8th place, you've definitely seen better. 52 points is not a great tally for what we've seen from some of these tactics. Knocked out in the semis from the Conference League, okay, I'll give you that. 4th round, though, in the FA Cup. 4th round in the Carabao Cup, not great. I am seeing 0 green in their squad depth right now. So 31 goals for Ollie Watkins is fantastic. Diaby with 12, not bad himself. 12 assists for Diaby. Diaby is pretty low, though. Average rating 6.98 for Jacob Ramsey. That is pretty low. Data hub for Liverpool. Yeah, sure. This top side, this northeast side, looking pretty nice. Shots per game is pretty nice, through the roof. Unfortunately, everything else is pretty low. And if we look at Aston Villa's, they're not all that different. Fouls against per game, crossing percentage is really low, and you're getting just over Premier League average in some of these others. But Premier League stats should be an interesting tale. Most goals, of course, Man City, Man United right there. Liverpool, though, in 3rd with 74. Aston Villa in 5th with 62. Fewest shots against Liverpool in 4th. Aston Villa in 7th. Kind of where they end up. Most possession not there. Most dribbles made not there. Most tackles won not there. Most pass completion not there. And most shots for it. Liverpool in 2nd. Aston Villa in 7th. But now as we flip to the championship side of things, Ipswich Town getting 2nd place. Automatic promotion right there, 98 points, 93 goals. The goal tally isn't the greatest compared to what we've seen before, but 98 points, only 5 points less than Norwich. Not bad at all. And in the domestic cups, Brighton knock you out 0-1 in the EFL Cup 3rd round with Lee Evans getting sent off in the 76th. That hurts. And then the FA Cup semis out in extras against Arsenal 0-2 with Luongo sent off in the 66th. Dang. So overall, championship is obviously where you're at, with Ipswich Town getting 2nd place. Automatic promotion is fantastic. FA Cup, you got to the semis. That is pretty impressive right there. And Arsenal, if you hadn't been sent off in the 66th long ago, you might have actually pulled this out. Who knows? But Carabao Cup out in the 3rd round, whatever. And with all that, still only a couple of players in the green. 24 goals for Hurst is a fantastic mark. 18 for Connor Chaplin is well done as well. 16 assists for Leif Davis, 10 for Wes Burns. Average rating, Gabriel Misahuni, comes in apparently in the winter break and gets 7.24, 7.18 though for Leif Davis. And as we look at the championship stats, I mean, same thing as the story with Liverpool and Aston Villa. You get third place in most goals with 93. Well done there. First in fewest shots against. Nothing, though, for most of these other categories until most shots for in fourth. So, how does this tactic stack up? Let's take a look. Sweeper, keeper, and defend is where you start. Wing backs on the left and the right. There are player instructions, so keep that in mind, both in attack. Ball playing defenders in the central spots. Ball-winning midfielder in support next to a DM in support, a winger on the left in support next to an advanced playmaker in support in the central spot, and then an inverted winger in support on the right. A pressing forward in attack up front, positive mentality, in possession, attacking width is wide, overlap on the right, focus play down the left and the right, and play out of defense. Passing directness is slightly more direct, tempo is higher, mixed crosses. In transition, counter press, and that is it. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a much higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, step up more, and trap outside. But now, how did it do for our three teams? Well, I mean, clearly Ipswich Town gaining a lot from this tactic. Second place, automatic promotion. That is a fantastic job. But unfortunately, when you get to Liverpool and Aston Villa, not so much. You can see Liverpool in fourth, definitely lower than where they're expected. Aston Villa in the eighth. I mean, it's a little higher than where they're expected, but still not by much. That 52 points is just not great. However, if you took some of these other teams, Luton Town, Bournemouth, and you gave them this tactic, they might flourish as well. Who knows? But that might be a test for another time. Anyway, that is it for me, Sefing FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.